That sound like some motherfucking Dylan Farnham, man. What's poppin', it's Mello, and today we getting straight to it. We getting straight to the sauce. So today we're gonna talk about the Money Man chord progression. The Money Man chord progression. I didn't make this up. I didn't make up this chord progression. I'm probably one of the first people to say it, but he uses it in a lot of his tracks. So this chord progression is used in a lot of people's music. It's not used in just his. And it's a chord progression that I feel like just doesn't miss. That's why his producers use it so much. So with that being said, let's get to it. Some of the songs that the chord progression appears in: 24, Courtesy, Amazon, Alien, My Soul, Milwaukee. Other rappers who I have seen with the chord progression in their beats is Roddy Ricch for Boom Boom Room and Kevin Gates for Wonderland. So now we could make this really simple. I'll give you everything. You save the MIDI and then you good from there. That's it. That's the sauce. But we'll go through some other things with it. So if we just look at this, let me give you the science first on why it works and what it is. As far as the chord progression, if you're working in a minor chord progression or a minor, this is a 1-6-7 chord progression in a minor scale. I will show you what that means in a moment, but if you're working in a major scale, guess what? It still works. It still works. We're in C minor right now. If we were in D sharp major, this would be a 6-4-5 chord progression. Now we won't go over the major, we'll just go over the minor. If you don't have the music theory knowledge to know what a chord progression is and why I call it 1-6-7, let's go over that really quickly. This is the reason it's called a 1-6-7 chord progression. Major and minor scales have 7 notes. If the first note in the chord progression is labeled as a 1 chord, the bass note of that 3-note chord is going to be the first note in the scale because it's labeled a 1. If the second chord is labeled as a 6 chord in the chord progression, just like this 1-6-7, the bass note of that 3-note chord will be placed on the 6th note in the scale. Same with any other Roman numeral identifying a chord. Now, what you do for the triad, of course, is skip every other note. That's how you make a chord. So boom, you have the chord progression just by doing that. So with Money Man, a lot of his beats are over guitars and things like that, especially when he uses his chord progression. So let's look at some ways that you can do that. So we have the chord progression right here, you know. Let's take the middle note on all of these and boost them up an octave by selecting them, then holding Control and pushing the up arrow. Boom, it puts them up. Let's listen to it now. So we got the raw chords there. You can do all types of stuff to freak it. You can also take the bass notes and put them on another guitar, like some type of bass guitar or some lower guitar, and have the notes hit deeper. You can make some type of melody. Now you see how I just shifted these notes around just to make a melody? You could put all types of effects and stuff over it, of course. Of course, it gives the beat a whole new atmosphere, you know, 2 clicks and it's perfect. And for the last one, you can take a melody and just transpose it to a different key. Just move it down. That sounds like some motherfucking Dylan Farnham, man. Sounds like some fucking Pootie and the Blowfish, man. Some real LSD stuff, man. That's the sauce. It sounds real good. Like, do you hear that? Like, do you hear that? That chord progression sounds good. And guess what? Because cats, like, we in an era where everybody using loops. Nobody's gonna say nothing if you use the same chord progression every fucking time, especially if the rappers love it. Money Man rap over it all the time. Cats be rapping over the same chord progressions all the time, but this stuff can't miss. Like, it's good. It can't miss. It can't miss. So if you didn't have that sauce, now you have that sauce. Now you can use that in your beats. You don't even have to use a guitar. You can use a piano. You can use whatever. You can use synth, whatever you want. But that chord progression is really good because it rarely ever misses. Like, if you use it, especially with that rhythm on the bass notes, it works almost every time. Like, it's hard for you to really mess up with that chord progression. So there you go. That's the sauce. If you got some value from it, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you click the like button. Everything else, all that good stuff. Support your boy. I'm out.